RKVs are clear, tracking strong. It's an entire planet, are we really going to miss?
Cut it!
Captain Monroe takes a sip of his coffee, watching the asteroids close in for the kill. Easily thousands of the things, coated in stealth composite, and guided with precision. The gas giant looms large in the background, silhouetting their target with razor-edged clarity. Though technically a moon, the Forge world was larger than Mars, glittering with lights and pouring out radio signals into the void. He spares a thought for all the aliens living there, savoring their calm, happy lives. They should have thought about it too, before moving to a territory claimed by humanity. The asteroid's cross-detection range, and the planet lights up, lances of collated plasma stabbing into the void. The rocks glitter, their stealth coating stripped away as the planet's orbital defenses melt them with terrible rapidity. But there were too many, coming all at once. The first lands, splashing out a shockwave of molten stone and hazy dust. The second overlaps it, their impact ripples clashing in a terrible tidal wave of glowing red devastation. Monroe takes another sip, watching the planet cities go dead and their transmissions silent as yet more impactors smash into the surface.
Good work, everyone. Secure from launch posture, make sure the next target is where we left it.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Aye. Incoming transmission. Take Coalition Command. His hand tightens on his mug.
So now they decide to pipe in after we've done all the work for them. Okay, put it through.
It wasn't a voice. Not really. Just a low bandwidth text transmission that the launch carrier's VI was putting sound to. UN vessel, this is a travel advisory. A Zelnaya Battlestar will be passing through your system to set up a superbulk navigational beacon. Authorization has already been given by the requisite authorities. Codes check out, sir.
Damn it.
Were the powers that be on Earth just going to let their new allies roll all over them? Just because they had thrown around some empty promises about enforcing human sovereignty?
Acknowledged.
Recommend you move beyond this system's Ort cloud for your safety. They're kicking us out? Seriously? The Helm Officer's comment echoes Captain Monroe's sentiment exactly.
Send the following. Enemy forces are still present in this system. Recommend you halt planned construction until UN forces have finished neutralizing enemy presence.
Sending, sir. There are a few seconds of pause. Receiving. Indications are that enemy automated defenses are trivial. Battlestar will make transit in 5 minutes. Recommend that you move beyond the Ort cloud. They close the channel. Monroe has to work to unclench his jaw. Trivial. They'd lost good ships just getting this system into a state where the launch carriers could operate.
Hold position. Let's keep an eye on them.
The next 5 minutes pass like molasses as Monroe paces, waiting for whatever forces their allies were sending to arrive. Hopefully they would at least help him secure the system before setting up their little beacon. Holy shit! The Helm Officer's startled explanation is cut off by a sudden lurch as the deck heaves under Monroe's feet.
Report, Ensign.
Massive new gravitational field. I'm struggling to compensate.
Contact! Contact!
Massive contact! It's confusing the navigational system.
Project.
The screen at the front of the bridge lights up, displaying... Monroe struggles to pass the image. A geodesic sphere made of pinkish crystal and golden highlights, passing through the most violent subspace rift he had ever seen. The edges crackle with energy, wavy and insubstantial, as if the universe wanted to shut the whole thing as fast as possible. The deck heaves again.
What are we looking at?
The sensor officer taps at her console with one hand, while the other holds fast to a stabilizing handle. Radius 1.6 million kilometers. Mass readings are being distorted. I think it's a Dyson sphere.
That's not possible.
What else? Escort fleet warping in. Contacts number in the billions at least. The threat population system can't handle them all. The camera wheels as the computer struggles to keep focus, dancing between contacts. Through blurs of motion, Monroe can see the debris of their target and realizes to his horror that the entire thing was distorting, the burning planetoid being drawn into a teardrop shape, pointing towards the interloper. The deck groans, and he can feel something shatter with a distinct ping. Mass dampers failing, Captain. Whatever they're doing is shaking us apart. I can't keep us at station. We're going to break up. Captain Monroe struggles to swallow past his suddenly dry throat. He realizes that he'd lost his coffee mug somewhere in the chaos.
Emergency warp. Nav point 043. Get us out of here.
Aye, sir.
And as soon as we're through, open a channel to Palace. The UN needs to know about this.